Welcome back everyone, I'm Dan the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the Spinosaurus Head from Jurassic Park 3. And as you guys may know, today is the 19th year anniversary of when Jurassic Park 3 hit the theaters, so I thought it would be extremely appropriate to do a drawing of the Spinosaurus. And yeah, here is our reference image. And the equipment I'm going to be using today is a mechanical pencil, an eraser, and possibly a pen, but I'm not exactly sure at this point. And with that being said, let's start the tutorial. Before we get started, I have to say this is a very difficult angle, so I hope you guys are up for a challenge. Let's start off with the outline. So I want to put in like a circle right here, very lightly with our pencil. This is going to represent the tip of the snout of the Spinosaurus. And then yeah, we have like a 3/4 angle view of the head. So we have one eye right about here. It has a long crocodilian snout, which makes it almost even harder to draw from this angle. And then the bottom jaws, of course, that's going to be difficult as well. It's very important to get it all right in the outline stage of the tutorial, or of the drawing. So right now I'm just like eyeballing things. I think I want to bring in the bottom jaw a little bit more. So have your eraser handy for this stage especially, because we're going to be making lots of changes. So you want the bottom snout to go up pretty far. And don't worry if your outline looks like this. This is pretty messy. We'll clean it up later, especially if we do things in pen. It doesn't look too bad, it looks realistic enough. Maybe you want the snout to come out a little bit further. And the nostril is going to be right about there. And let's have a little bit of the neck showing. Not too much, of course. We don't want to take away from the amazing set of jaws of the Spinosaurus. And of course we can't leave out the teeth, but I really don't want to put those in just yet because I don't want to mess things up even more. But let's put in the tongue, which is going to be right there, and this whole spot is going to be quite dark. So if we do this in pen, I'm probably going to use a Sharpie for that portion. But yeah, this looks relatively good. Let's move on to the next stage. So what we're going to do in this portion of the tutorial is just like clean things up a bit, add some refinement before we get into the pen stage. So the tongue is going to go quite far, right about there. It's going to be quite thin as well. Let's add in some teeth to the bottom jaw. And recommend having your eraser always in your left hand, or at least your non-dominant hand, because you're going to need it. So we're going to put in these teeth, very much like a crocodile's teeth. I'm surprised they haven't named one of the Spinosaurs Crocodilosaurus or something like that. Could have given that name to Irritator. And let's Tucamimus. And let's erase a little bit here to give us some space for the teeth. So the teeth are going to be actually not too long at the very tip. They get the longest right about here. And they get smaller and then larger again and then smaller. It's just like a funny pattern, it's like a mountain. And then we're going to see a bit of the teeth on the other side, so we might as well put some of those in now. And this snout is very challenging to draw. I want to erase this line. So we might use shading to help make this visual read better. Let's put in the nostril. And then it's got this cool crest and a bit of a cavity right about here. Let's add in the eyelid. Spinosaurus looks kind of mad here. He's about to eat something. We got the brow. Then we have the back section. The ear is going to be right about there. I'm going to make the neck a little bit more meaty so it doesn't look like a raptor's neck. Very cool. So now that I'm looking at it, this looks fantastic. Let's move on to the pen stage, in which we will just clean up everything and make this drawing look like a supermodel or something. So what I'm going to be using today is some Sharpies for like the black spots there, and then my Arteza felt tipped pens for all the rest of the work, and these are 0.4. Okay, so let's start with the tip here. We have a lot of graphite here, and you can either leave it or clean it up after the ink sets, but sometimes leaving it can add a cool effect, so do whatever you're led to do, I guess. Whatever you feel like doing at the moment. Definitely don't erase beforehand. I mean, you could just clean up a few things, you know, that are in the way, but you won't get the chance to add that artistic effect if you erase right away. I've seen Beanie Draws do that a few times, where he does like combines graphite and ink together for a cool effect. So it's not originally my idea. Just put in the eyelid. It's got like a very thin pupil, like a cat's. Put in the ear. And we might as well do the teeth right now. So Jurassic Park 3 has always been like everyone's least favorite movie of the Jurassic Park trilogy and the new Jurassic Worlds. So I'm very interested to see if any of you guys have that as your top Jurassic movie. So be bold and comment below if Jurassic Park 3 is in fact your favorite of the franchise. And we all have to admit, it's got some cool moments in it, so I definitely enjoyed it the first time I watched it. Had some cool, intense sequences. It's got some nice cliffhanger moments. And the raptors just look really cool in that movie too. It's kind of funny that they're sort of copying what they did in Jurassic Park 3 for Jurassic World 3, because I've heard they're going to have like some of the old cast members come back from the first Jurassic Park. Like the actor for Alan Grant, Mr. Sam Neill, I think, and Laura Dern. Okay, so let's add some little lines coming up to show the shape of the snout. And then I think we're at the point where we can put in all the teeth on the bottom jaw as well. These are very like straight teeth. They're conical, I think that would be the word I'm looking for. Now, one reason I don't have Jurassic Park 3 as my top favorite movie is simply because of the fact that they have the Spinosaurus kill the T-Rex so easily that it's absolutely ridiculous. T-Rex clearly has the stronger jaws and neck. So for the Spinosaurus to be able to break its neck is just like, that was a dumb idea. Whoever was doing the screenwriting was not being very thoughtful to all of us T-Rex fans. But then again, I heard that's why one of the reasons they have the T-Rex in Jurassic World break the Spinosaurus skeleton. It's sort of like getting back at the Spinosaurus. But I'm not going to say too much because I do know for a fact there's a bunch of you who love Spinosaurus. And probably that's why you're watching this video, is because you're a Spinosaurus fan and want to show your appreciation by drawing it. So maybe I should talk bad about T-Rex right now. I'm just kidding. T-Rex is and probably will always be my favorite dinosaur. Alright guys, so the pen stage is looking really good. This drawing looks very much like it's got like a sketch feeling to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's probably because the pencil lines are still there. I'm tempted not to use my Sharpie, but since I said we're going to use Sharpie, I'm just going to try it out anyways. Make sure you have like thick paper or something, or else the Sharpie can easily bleed through. Mine are all like running out of ink. And some of these actually got from my brother. Oh man. You know when they start turning like a bluish color that they're not full of ink. And this tip is not very sharp. So why are they calling it a Sharpie? Alright. So you don't have to do this, guys. You can do like cross-hatching or something like that. I just haven't used a Sharpie in a tutorial yet, I think. I don't think I have. So I wanted to bring one in today. So it looks pretty good, not bad. Yeah, let's not do any more Sharpie until we do some erasing first. And yeah, I'm just gonna put in the teeth on the other side as soon as I erase. So let's let the ink dry and then I'm gonna clean mine up, but you can leave the pencil marks if you like. Alright guys, it's time to add in a bit of the other side of the upper jaw. So I'm gonna do that right now. And then we can add the teeth to that side as well. Now these teeth are going to be shaded in. Not exactly sure if I'm going to use the Sharpie though. Alright, so let's get out the Sharpie and see what happens. As I said earlier, the tip of this is not very sharp. Maybe it's because it's an old Sharpie. Alright, and for the tips of the teeth, I'm just going to use my Arteza pen. Like so. So that looks pretty good. One area we can add a little bit more darkness to is right here, next to the tongue. We don't want to overdo it, but yeah, just add a little bit of shading to the cup of the mouth here. Like so. Okay, I like it. It looks pretty good. Next, we can add a few more scales, or a few scales because we haven't done any yet. But let's add some to the very edge of the mouth here. And I'd recommend, if you have time, to do scales like all over the entire head of the dinosaur, but that is not necessary. You can just do the minimal amount, which is what I'm going to do. I might time-lapse the part of me doing all the scales, because it does take a lot of time. And I do like to listen to music while I draw, so, and I can't put that music in the video because then I can't monetize it. All of you who do videos will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, once you've done that, the next thing I would recommend us do is just scatter a few scales here and there. If you're going to do the minimal amount of scaling. This is what people do like on cartoons, like when they're drawing a fish or something like that. They won't put scales on the entire fish, they'll just scatter a few here and there. But it gets the point across that this is a scaly animal. And one thing we haven't done yet is we've done some shading, but we really haven't done any shading on the outside of the head. We've only done stuff on the inside of the jaw. So I'm going to add some shading right now in the form of cross-hatching. So add some shading there, gives a nice little bit of a contour to the snout. I'm going to have to switch out pens because this one's running out of ink. Add some nice shading around the eye. Soon it's going to look like it has a black eye though. If you guys are following along with pencil, that's fine. It'll probably look almost even better if you're using a pencil for this part. Shading with these pens takes a lot of time. I'm just doing like a quick shade. Because like a lot of you guys ask me like, oh, I definitely follow along with like a 5-hour tutorial or whatever. But seriously, that'd be pretty long for a tutorial. I'd probably have to cut out the sound because I'd start listening to music or something. Because I have like a sore throat after 5 hours of doing a tutorial. Like the Indominus Rex about to eat the ACU soldier. I believe that one was like 3 hours or something crazy. It took a lot of time to do all those plants and all the scales. Right now I'm adding some wrinkles to the neck. Have some shading. Okay guys, I think this is pretty much as far as I'm going to take this tutorial. I might add a little bit of detail and refinement. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Comment below what you'd like to see next on this channel. And yeah, check out my vlog channel, Danny Adventure Vlogs. I have a link to it in the description below. And if you guys want to see, follow my adventures, go check out that channel. With that being said, happy birthday to Jurassic Park 3. Sorry you didn't make a lot in the box office, but we still appreciate you. And yeah, we appreciate Spinosaurus as well. Okay, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.